A broken window pane can really make a property look a bit neglected and a bit unloved. It's not something you need to put off getting fixed. I can show you how to do it safely. First things first, make sure we prepare our area. As you can see, I've got a massive piece of cardboard on the floor, something that we can smash the glass into and we can bundle it up safely and securely. Whenever you're working with glass, treat it with the utmost respect. Even a tiny little shard of glass can cause a bit of damage. So let's get our safety gloves on first. And then with a bit of duct tape or electrical tape, we're going to crisscross it over the panel of glass. We're going to be hitting the glass from the inside so it falls out onto our cardboard. And when we do that, we don't want the glass going everywhere. You're hitting it out now into your garden. You might have a pet. Obviously kids may be running around. You don't want the glass shooting off in every direction. So we just put the duct tape onto it because it just sticks to the glass and it sort of keeps it all together, so it should fall out in almost one piece. So that's enough for this sort of section of glass. The reason that we hit it from the inside out is because obviously we don't want that glass falling back inside the house. Same as on the outside, get yourself some cardboard, some nylon sacking, even bubble wrap, something quite sturdy to lay around the area just in case we get anything coming back through. Get yourself a bit of thin cardboard, something like a cereal box, say. Cut it to the shape of your window and then just stick that from the inside against the window. There we go. Safety, safety, gloves, glasses. Then get yourself an offcut of timber. Anything will do. It doesn't have to be battened, it can be big, chunky, but something like wood is quite good to use. Make sure you've got at least 1 meter to 2 meters length. Reason being, we want to stay away from this glass as much as possible. Then, technical term I think is bosh it. You should see how the tape now is just sticking to the majority of it, so it comes out in one nice big piece. Let's just get the corners. And now this is important, guys. Get your piece of wood, run it all the way around. I want to make sure everything is clear. All of our glass has fallen off onto our cardboard and most of it has come off in one nice big chunk, which is really good. That's great. That's all wrapped up tight. I know my glass isn't going to go anywhere. Now you shouldn't really just put this in your normal bin. Take responsibility of it and take it to your local tip. We're now going to remove all the putty. You have to get rid of all this, so we've got basically a blank canvas to work with. Clear the putty out all the way round. Give it a quick little sweep off, just to make sure we've got all the little bits out. Primer, also referred to as undercoat, just got to make sure that it's oil-based, okay? They do come in water-based, but for this we need oil-based. And this is really going to seal this area. Next stage we're at now is to get our putty in place. You can buy putty from any glazer when you go and get your glass. What I'm going to do is roll it out to quite a thin, long length. And then I'm going to run this around my edge. It's so the glass has got something to bed into and sit into. We've got all that putty into place. So now we're going to put the glass in. And now because we've got that little bit of putty behind it, just gives it something to stick to. We're now going to put these little things in. They're called glazier's points. Let me show you how you use them. I've got my finger on the point side of it, and then you see this little lip here? I'm just going to rest my putty knife on that. So there you go, you can see the point. And that point's going to dig into the wood. So I'm just going to push it in tight. As I move it away, see how that leaves a little lip? And that just catches my glass. So it is important we get these in place. And I'm going to put 2 to 3 on every panel all the way around. Right. So as you can see, I've got loads and loads of putty in there. Don't skimp with it, because I'm going to go over it now with a putty knife scrape it all back and get it looking really neat. Get your putty knife, get yourself a little bowl or glass of water, dip the putty knife in there, creates a nice slidey surface on the putty knife. So when I slide it down over the putty, I'll peel away the excess, but I won't be pulling the putty out. Okay, now when I go into the corner, see how I angle in? I'm not going in like this, square on. See, angle, and then slowly pull down. Best to always go one way with your knife. Don't worry about if it looks a little bit messy, a little bit greasy. All of this will clean off with just normal window cleaner. Finishing touches now. Just getting rid of any little excess putty that might have come through when we did that first part where we put the putty down and pushed the glass in. So anything that's come through, we'll just scrape that off. But that's looking pretty good. I'm even all the way round, so that's the main thing really. Now you've got to leave that. I'd say anything between 7 and 21 days. Check your putty tub. It usually gives you a guideline at the back. Just leave it until you get a bit of a skin forming on this putty. It's dry to touch, then you can clean it, paint it, and job's done.